Welcome to Relay.
All right. Hello. I think we're here.
She said she only respected real men. So what I did was I went into the tiger's cage, and whilst it was asleep, I went like on its testicles.
That sounds dangerous.
Why?
Well, you know, like a real man.
Yeah, but real men don't abuse animals.
You don't know. That might have been the tiger's kink. Don't kink shame, Erris.
Oh god. So apparently we're off to our normal excellent start on this show.
We're not going live actually. I've decided why is Shiver quiet?
When is Shiver quiet?
Let's see if that's any better. Let's see how that's better. Okay. Shiver, talk for a little bit.
So it's hot. Why is it so hot? Because of fucking climate change. Fuck you, people who are like, climate change isn't real. It's fucking hot. If you disagree that climate change is real, then fucking go outside here because this is disgusting, and I'm not going to allow you any kind of fan, water, or anything like that because apparently climate change isn't fucking real. Spend a day here, you cunt.
All right, agreed. So
that was a good start.
Thanks for the subscribe, Mudtrucker.
Hey, Mudtrucker, thank you so much. Woo!
It's the wave, and I'm in my NASA worm shirt.
You are in your NASA worm shirt. Perfect. That's
all right.
Awesome.
So it is time for episode 4 of Bullship, or subtitled Erris Rates Ships Because.
So, I've just thought of a good title.
What's that?
For this, because it's episode 4. I know I very few people are going to get this, but you could have just called it Bullship. She. For.
Ich Nissan She.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but then no one would have got it though, except for you two apparently.
I mean, there's a whole country that would have got it.
Yeah, but none of them.
But then they would have
How many of our viewers are from that country other than you?
None of that entire country plays Star Citizen. Largely because none of them have houses big enough for a computer that can run Star Citizen.
Here we go.
That's not true, right? There was a bar Citizen just outside of Tokyo, and a whole 3 people went.
I mean,
in a city of like 30 million?
Nihonjin or how many of them were Gaijin. In fairness.
Oh, God.
So, we are on to episode 4 of Bullship, otherwise known as Erris Rates Ships Because. In just a moment, as people filter in, we're going to start going back to... We're going to continue our voyage through the artistic smorgasbord that is Star Citizen's ship catalog. Noel Wook, there's no intro for this. Shiver said some stuff, and we're going pretty much right into it. I haven't done an intro for the Bullship stuff. So we have finished Aegis, Anvil, Argo, Consolidated Outland, Crusader Industries, Drake, Asperia, Kruger, and Musashi Industrial and Starflight Concern.
Before we go ahead, I should mention, it's probably worth mentioning, I don't think anyone actually goes to our website anymore, which is totally understandable, but we are in the process of switching websites to something a little more simple and that we actually use. Yeah, it should be live in the next few days.
So today we're going to start with Origin. We'll probably finish all of Origin, and then we're going to hop into RSI. I don't think we're going to get through all of RSI tonight because RSI
I believe
has
in you.
90 ships, approximately.
You don't have 90 ships.
I mean, the Origin lineup's pretty full. The RSI lineup's pretty full.
RSI is 14 ships. 9 of them are constellations.
Yeah, that's you only have to.
And
well, no, not
Origin
9
is
of them
8.
are. Yeah,
It's
a
pretty
lot
full
of the
lineup.
variants are cut out, so
Yeah.
you're fine.
But before we do that, you know what? How's everyone doing? You people in the chat, how you doing?
How you doing?
I you know, I hope everyone's doing okay. It's
Oh, look, is going to be upset with you apparently.
oh, Elwook, you're gonna hate me. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not going to spoil anything that's coming up. I'm sorry, Mud Trucker, that sucks. I hope you're doing better. Oh,
Yeah, I'm sorry, Madraka.
What non-alcoholic beverage are you drinking today, Erris?
I'm having a 7% non-alcoholic beer.
I like it. I'm having a less than an actual non-alcoholic beer.
If it's 7%
It's only at this point
non-alcoholic,
I realised I should have made coffee.
you should have.
Does that make it 93% alcoholic?
I hope so. All right, this is good enough for me.
Blinder and blinder as the episode goes on. Blinder and blinder, because there's states
Blinder
of
and
being
blinder.
There are states of being blind. There's legal blind, and then there's blind, and they're...
I know, but on the surface of it, you'd think blind is a very binary thing. You're either blind or you're not blind by definition, but then, yeah. Is he legally dead or medically dead? Doesn't matter. Can't say no.
Just found out, actually, that one of my cousins has to have weekly chemo injections, potentially for the rest of her life, or she goes blind, and she's probably going to go blind anyway. So that's fun.
Oh, wow. That's awful.
Yeah, it's not great. Not great.
When we get to 600i, Lady Space Patrol, we'll probably have a good chat about 600i.
Yeah.
Save your thoughts for then.
Yeah. When we get there, say something again, and we'll permit you, and we'll let you post it. Okay. Here we go. Hey, Nescavian, we waited just for you. Just for you. No, we waited for everyone. Here we go. We're going right into it. I think, yeah, with the...
Dive in.
We're diving in. Whoa. Oh, geez. There. Sorry. I'm clicking
Are you
wrong.
breaking stuff?
I am breaking stuff all over the place. Okay. We're starting with the 85X.
Yes, we are. The Origin 85X.
Someone say something about the 85X. I've got to do a thing quickly.
It's a really
Okay,
cute
so
little shuttle.
The 85X, all the concept art looked gorgeous. It looked very nicely detailed, a lot of depth, flavor on the texture, and then when you got it in game, you're like, oh, I don't like. Oh, that's a bit plain.
Yeah, I noticed that too. But hopefully that's just that it's not at gold standard yet.
I'm also waiting for someone to say it's not a plane, it's a spaceship.
Nope. Not gonna bite.
What is the point of this?
It's a shuttle. That's 100% its point.
It's just
It's a nice
Literally, it
shuttle.
is to fly people from one place to another place without using the 890.
right. Yeah, that makes sense. It's attached to the 890. That's why it's really attempt at pretty looking and just useless. I don't like the cockpit. I don't like how bulbous and like it's really wide. I see that
You know
that's
why?
for two ships or for two
You can fit 2 ships inside that ship.
two people. Right? It's for two people, but
Yep.
I don't I don't really like how it comes out so far.
Why not?
It just doesn't look nice. Like
Do you
the
think they
cockpit.
should have? You think it should have been like straight back from the front,
Oh
or
my god.
out from the front?
What's up, Shiver?
Could you go back to top-down view, please?
Yep.
Because it's happened again.
It's the wrong way around.
Yeah, it would look so much better backwards. You wouldn't even have to change much. Get rid of the spoiler. Turn the seats round.
Get rid of these little wingies at the back. Yeah.
Once again, it's a
You don't even
Cardassian shuttle
need
at
to
that
get rid of
point.
those. Yeah, but it looked pretty goddamn nice backwards.
It would.
Except David would be really upset about the little wingy things at the front of the ship and on its neck.
True.
I look at this and I think, okay. It's
Okay.
It's a C. I got nothing on it. Like it's just.
I agree.
Eh.
It's functional, which is
It's not ugly.
It's not. But it's
it's just
not very
functional.
nice.
a little. And yeah, that is notable for Origin because they do tend to lean towards the nicer ships.
I mean, they're the high. They aim for the higher end, sleeker looking ships, but then the 85X is not an expensive ship either. So you can't expect complete decadent luxury for the price of an 85X.
No,
for
but-
the price of an 85X, you do get a handsome ship, but it's not stunning.
But
Nope.
But it also doesn't make sense because the 85X is attached with the 890 jump, correct?
It is, but you can also fly
You-
it separately, and
yeah.
people do.
Yeah, I've got
You-
a standalone.
You can, but it's supposed to be it's the parasite ship to the 890 jump.
Yep.
Which you're telling me that some high flying, rootin' tootin', cowboy shooting, drunk monkey.
How many more
the base.
adjectives could you
I don't know.
throw
I don't know
there?
how many more adjectives I've got, but I'm particularly thinking of.
Just say what you're thinking and say Rico.
Yeah, Rico. Can you imagine Rico drunk because he's been
Yeah.
partying all night in the 890, climbing that ladder into that ship? One. And two,
He's got a handrail.
and two, flying himself? No, this should be an
That's
actual
why there's
shuttle.
2 seats, because one's got to drag Rico into the ship.
This should be an actual shuttle. It should be a pilot at the front, and there should be seating for 2 to 4 people in the back. An actual shuttle, a chauffeured shuttle, because that's what the 890 jump is. It's the epitome of luxury, and you're telling me that I don't have a limousine to take me to my epitome of luxury? Don't like it.
Or it's when the 600i meets an 890 and you want to switch the crew. And then when all these people are looking out, they don't want to see an Argo backfiring in space, chugging along. They'll see the 85X instead when the crew's switching over.
But you can't even switch over the crew with one of those. It's only got 2 seats. It should
You
have...
need a pilot and co-pilot to switch over. Or do several trips.
No, because there's a pilot and a co-pilot in 890 jump, and then you have to have the person serving the drinks, and you have to have the person cooking all the food.
Well, they stay on the ship. You don't swap them over.
It should act more like it should be a limousine. It should be a 4-person in the back having drinks limousine rather than a 2-person flyer.
Well, isn't that pretty much what the 600i is, though?
Yeah, but the 600i doesn't attach to the 890. I seem to remember the concept.
You have to shuttle to.
But I remember the concept art of the 85X being a lot more shuttle-like. Right?
Oh,
Like it was.
I will pull it up. A moment.
Yeah.
I wish I had one. I don't. I sort of forgot about. Sort of forgot about this ship, to be honest, because I don't think of it ever. But yeah, I don't know. It should be.
Honestly, the concept looked a little nicer, but it looked almost exactly the same.
I don't know. I think it should be. I think there should be more people that can fit in that ship.
No, it definitely didn't look any bigger. The size is exactly the same. It's slightly shinier in the concept. That's it.
And I do completely agree with your point that if it's going to be used for taxiing VIPs, the owner of the ship from orbit down to a space station, etc., they shouldn't be sat in the front next to the driver.
No, absolutely not. And that's what the 890 jump is supposed to be, right? We've actually been told that some of the gameplay that would go along with an 890 jump would be shuttling VIPs from destination to destination, right? You mean you're gonna hop them into that? Like, I don't even get in the front seat beside an Uber
We have
driver.
a lot of ships to do, and you've already rated this one, so we're moving on.
All right.
Oh, hang
Thank
on.
you.
Ah, it's the Terra Emperor.
Yeah, I can sit right beside you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hello, Emperor.
I don't even sit next to my Uber drivers. I sit in the back. No way am I. Anyway, I don't like it. Okay. The 100i.
yes.
Look, I'm going to get it right out of the way at the very beginning. This ship has a lot of superfluous floop floops on the sides of the wings.
But
does.
are they superfluous?
They
I
look
don't think they're
superfluous. I say they're all superfluous.
If you take you tell some pilot that all of the pieces of his wing don't matter.
These little guys. It's these little guys right here that are like, what is that for? He's so tiny.
Aerodynamics.
Looks cool.
But that's the thing. This is a ship that I will forgive those because it looks cool.
It does. I really like, especially for a. I think this is a starter ship. It's starter ship prices,
Yeah.
isn't it? Yeah.
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 Floop
This is
floops.
a really nice ship. For,
Okay, Elwook, just for you, here, these are the floop floops. Floop floop. Floop floop. Those are floop
Look
floops.
at that profile, though.
Oh, I completely agree. Great profile. The coloring is great. The lighting. That's a good ship. The 85X doesn't. It's not striking. This is striking. It looks great.
Sure does.
Yeah, it's
Very in keeping with the design language for the manufacturer too. They
Yeah.
stuck to it.
this is a good looking ship. I like the 100i. I think it looks great.
I don't think there's much to complain about in this design. I think it's really nice.
Yep.
They it's just a good classic design. They they use the spoilers a lot, but they're always, the same type of, visual language is very similar.
Yep.
All
It's distinctive enough from a 300 series that you would be
Oh,
able
yeah.
to say that's a 100, not a 300.
Yep. No, it's a great little ship. I like it. It's a B.
B for the 100i.
Yep. All right. The 300i.
Also, I would really we need to get the 200 series at some point
Yes.
because they exist in lore. In fact, you wrote about one in your
I did.
story.
I did.
Yeah. Anyway,
Though I think the 200i that I wrote about was more the 85X, but they didn't have that at the time.
you
so-
had no idea at the time what it was going to be. Yeah.
Yeah. 300 again. It's a good looking ship. I don't I don't really like how the wings and the spoilers are all one. It looks a little bit too much to me sometimes. Especially that they're not on the same level. It's like, here's the wings, and then back, and here's a spoiler connecting them, and then front, and here's the wing. Like, a little bit too much.
Boring fact for you. 300i was the very first ship I ever bought.
Really?
315P was the first ship I bought, but basically the same idea. The 300 series, especially after the rework, but even before, our favorite ship in the game, I think, or like top 3. Also, has nothing to do with the appearance, but I can tell you, if anyone hasn't flown a 300 series, they are a dream to fly. Always have been.
So, I really like the body of the 300i. The main body of it is great. Even the wings up to here are great. It really is this and this up and that this like disconnects here. I really don't like that these bits are floating. They're disconnected from the rest. It's just, I don't know, it's too much. It's too much going on in that spoiler for me, personally.
I think it adds a slight edge of aggression to an otherwise peaceful-looking ship.
It also is in keeping with the design language. The Origin does that a lot with the floating edges like that.
Just looks weak.
Not on the 100 series, but I know, but it's a luxury ship. It's not supposed to look strong. It's supposed to look cool.
Yeah, I don't think it looks cool. I think it could have looked a little bit better. But that's just me.
This is probably the best air intake in the game, in terms of like visuals.
The up top here.
Yeah, it's just perfectly in line with the shape of the ship, and it's mostly hidden.
No, that's and I really like the body of the ship and even the start of the wings. I just don't like that the wings go up and connect and are frilly at the top. That's it.
The 300's got a lot of history about just how almost universally beautiful it is, and everyone seems to accept that. Back in day, when they were talking about how they're going to have cargo on it, there was this uproar from a lot of fans of the 300 that were saying, so we're thinking we're going to just whack the cargo box underneath the body or have a trailer to it, and everyone was like, don't you fucking dare.
Yeah.
That's going to look hideous on my gorgeous ship. And it would have completely ruined it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just stick a random box to this wonderful ship with very curvy lines to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that.
Yeah,
and I also like the old version Mud Trucker. I like.
They're both really nice.
It's always been a gorgeous ship, no matter what iteration of it you're looking at. It's always been that very unique, very standout design that just it oozes an elegance and slight aggression to it.
It's also like because of when it came out, it's also the like signature Origin ship.
I think that it's, I don't know.
The only thing it's missing is a coffee machine.
All right, David, what's your grade for this one?
The spoiler doesn't do it for me, but the rest does. It's a B.
That's what I thought.
Out of interest, then, what would you have those back bits that you dislike do?
They'd probably just take them off.
So I was actually trying to think of that, and so what I'm thinking, the thing that I'm sort of thinking is actually if you extend this wing back to here and connect it with the body of the ship, and then you have the spoiler just come up from like in here, so it's not swept back. basically fill in that empty a little bit and make the spoiler a little more solid.
Interesting. So
Glad
more
you're
like
not an artist. I'm glad you're not an artist. It looks nicer swept back.
That's personally, I disagree.
All right. I guess it's the 600 now.
Nope, 325.
Oh,
Wait.
oh right.
Oh no, sorry. You just
Well,
included
why
that one
was
as a.
320?
Never mind. Sorry. This is just part of the 300.
That's one of my backgrounds, isn't it? Gorgeous.
Oh yes, it is.
See,
Very
this one looks significantly more angry.
It's also the
should be.
the warship. So
Yes.
yeah, it should.
Yeah.
But
It's also
Like,
the
it's-
that's the old design too. I think.
That is, yeah.
it's a lot more like. There's more supports to it. I don't like it. I don't like the 325. Anyway,
I have that
Oh, that's
stuck up
interesting.
with LTI. Don't you dare say bad things about it. It's the bomb.
I will say bad things about whichever ships I choose to say bad things about because this is my segment and I'll do whatever I want to.
Oh man, you're a goof.
Next week, the rest of the relay crew slag off Erris.
Yeah, right.
Okay, okay,
Well, I
600.
don't like his beard. It's not aesthetically pleasing how it doesn't go all the way up his cheeks. If it was up to me, the cheeks and the beard would be one solid piece and not swept back.
The 600i.
Here we go. And we want Lady Space Patrol's opinions on this as well.
Yep, please.
Do you want to give us a link to your
Here, let's do a permit.
post, or do you want to just...
Sorry,
Damn it.
try it again. LSP, sorry about that. I didn't get there in time. Martin Miggs, yes, I 100% am nitpicking for the sake of being nitpicky in this. This is, I mean,
His job.
this is the name of the show. It's Erris nitpicks things and picks
That's not the name
on
of the show?
ships. It's bullshit because
We didn't think this fully through because this give Erris just a little wiggle room and he'll be like, so I don't like these tiny little 5-nanometer things, and you're like, oh shit,
But-
I should have seen that coming.
But I still gave it a B. Like, I may dislike things about it, but it's still a B. There's only one higher, which is an A. You know? Here, let me...
There we go.
awesome. There we go. Sure's got you. Anyway, 600.
Oh, poor
Oh,
Space
God.
Patrol. Oh, I am so sorry. Nightbot is not... Yeah.
Oh my god. What have you guys done?
They were
Nightbot.
timed out for 600 seconds, so... we're
Can
Can
we-
you like untime out somebody?
Oh my god.
It's easier to just say, we're really sorry. Nightbot is
Oh my god.
sometimes more trouble than it's worth. But the link that the Lady Space Patrol has provided is just up a little bit. We're very sorry. We're mostly sorry about Erris.
I think I might have cleared it. Maybe
It
not.
says Fastcard did.
Oh.
Oh,
Fast,
he probably
Where
got
would we
it.
be without Fastcard?
He probably got to it before I did. I was working on it.
Fast Cart is the best mod. No, it's
Aha.
not your fault, LSP. Thank you for sending that. So,
Sorry.
Fast Cart, best cart. Yeah. Okay, let's move on. 600i. This is an interesting ship.
Also, see, this is why I was talking about the design language. Sorry for interrupting you. This is probably one of the most noticeable spots in the Origin lineup, but they have the detached
Yep.
wing shape.
I know they do. And on this, I don't hate it. It's not the detached that I hate so much as the swept back and disconnected from everything on the 300. I like the 600i. I think this is I think this is possibly Origin's best looking ship, personally. I really like the back end. I know there's a lot going on, but it looks cool doing it. I know there's the disconnectedness, but it. I don't know. It
looks good.
it looks good doing it.
It's always looked good.
I
Also,
really like
on
the
the-
shape of it. Yeah,
There's a good top-down view.
yeah. This to me is a really cool ship. I like the 600i. I don't know what to say other than it's a good looking ship. I really like almost all of the language in it.
Yeah, it's got a really nice bridge.
I really like Origin engines actually. I gotta say, like,
Oh, it's pretty.
well, they're so integrated with the
that
ship.
shot in the hangar.
Yeah.
The shot in the hangar. Oh man.
Yeah,
It's pretty.
I genuinely don't have much to say about the 600i because I think it's a good looking ship. It's also a B for me. It doesn't quite rise to the A level. I don't think any of Origin's ships do, but it's a good ship.
All right.
I don't like it.
Really?
What would you give it?
I'd give it a D,
Wow.
and that's only because it's got a coffee machine in it.
Wow.
Wow.
So it would be an E for you without
I
a coffee
really
machine.
like the interior. I really like the interior, but the exterior of it just kind of looks like form that into a ship. Okay, next.
Oh, Erris has the worst opinions. Oh, everyone hate on Erris. Oh, he's the worst.
Okay.
I don't know.
Form an orderly queue, everyone. There was an open invite.
It's true.
It looks like a bar.
Bar.
Yeah,
So-
yeah. I mean, I'm not trying to disagree with anyone who finds it aesthetically pleasing. No, out on the exterior, I just don't. It doesn't. It just looks like a mass of metal. I don't see much in the way of Origin's design language in it. The interior is gorgeous.
So, you know what they did here, Shiver? Is they took a 100i, they stretched it, 15 times, and they folded up the wings.
Good point.
Where are my phalanges on the wings?
They folded it up.
They needed that. Yeah, you got to keep the phalanges. They're important.
I get its purpose. I get what it's for, and for what it is. Yeah, it's perfectly acceptable. But it's never been a ship that I've been like, oh, that is one of the sexiest Origin ships I've ever seen. I want one.
But you know what? Again, I think it might look even better going the other way.
Oh, thank you for saying that. I want. Yeah. But you know why it won't?
We should just take every ship in the game and just turn it around.
I thought of a reason why it shouldn't be backwards though.
What's that?
Why is that?
And it is a purely mechanical and functional reason of when you're in a fight, they're going to be coming at you from the front, and the front would then be the widest part of the ship and also present you with the most target. Whereas if it's narrow at the front and you go for the front run, it's, even though this is already a hell of a big ship.
Yeah,
every
but
little edge
it's not
That's
really
the
a
only reason
fighting
I think
ship,
it.
is it?
No, really.
No, but that's, what, is that going to stop someone from attacking it?
No.
No. Anyway, B for me.
All right. What's the next one?
The next one.
anyone's wondering, there's a touring and an exploration version of the 600i.
All right.
Now it's everyone's favorite.
It's time
Well,
for
it's not an easy shoot down. But that's kind of the challenge.
first off, this is normally the time where I would apologize to viewers beforehand. But I don't care. It's time for the 890 jump, and what the hell is that?
A yacht in space.
It is hideous.
That is a nice ship.
It is.
That is a nice ship.
It is a horrible looking ship.
Why? Gotta do better than that.
I will. Where was it? I thought
That
Honestly, it's just a
is
yacht.
gorgeous, yeah.
It's 100% a yacht.
One, you're right. Okay? You're absolutely right. It is 100% a yacht. Where was it? Erris hates ships because... Sorry, I wrote something here that I really want to find. I just need to find it.
God. He actually wrote out his dissertation on why the 890 is a crappy ship.
Right. No, I just wrote...
Less
I
than
wrote
890 words, it's invalid.
I wrote myself just a couple notes to remind myself what I hate about this ship. One, it's not very pretty. Shiver, you were just complaining about giant hunks of metal. Well, this is even more of a giant hunk of metal than the 600i is. It is. Absolutely. It has no shape to it. You know what it looks like? It looks like one of those... a women's flat from a couple years ago where they all had those really pointy shoes. It looks like a really pointy woman's shoe. It's even got the place for the foot to go in that giant
leave
dome.
stilettos out of this.
Hang on. It's a shoe. First off, it's an ugly shoe.
A lot of things are shoe-shaped.
What kind of women have you seen wear shoes like that, and do you have their number?
Why is there so much going on in this back end? I can count...
It's a really expensive ship, and if it didn't have a lot going on, the people who are trying to buy it would be angry that doesn't have more going on.
You've got all of this, which is its own design language. You've got this, which is cool on its own, but then you've also got these, which is its own thing, and this, which is its own thing, and then you've got these, which are their own thing. There's so much going on this back end. It's there's too much. It is way...
It's wonderful.
No, it's too busy. All of the other Origin ships, their engines are discreet. They are hidden away, and they're lovely.
That's into the design. It's nothing sticking out. There's nothing jutting out. It's staying inside there. Look at that. That is pure sci-fi decadence.
No, sci-fi decadence is, in many cases, simplicity. This is the exact opposite of simplicity. This is like... I don't know. It's like you know what this is like? It's like a child ate every single other engine component in the video game and then threw up, and this is what you get.
Look, the 890, she's a classy ship, right? You come in for attack on the back, and you see that, and you're like, there's no way I'm getting in the rear of this ship. That is a class ship. There's no rear entry allowed on the 890, no matter what you do.
Yeah.
So I'm going to continue regardless.
Oh, no.
One, it looks way too much like a Star Destroyer.
Why?
with that?
Because it's triangular?
Well, it's triangular, and it's got the raised bridge at the back end, and it's got no interesting...
You'd be angry if it didn't have a raised bridge.
It has no interesting...
How else are you going to see?
It has no interesting or redeemable features whatsoever. None of this looks
What's that
good.
along the sides?
What about all the ribs?
Why are there
ribs.
ribs? So? Who cares if the ribs don't look good? They don't look like everything else. This part here, you know what this looks like? It looks like a pistol grip. They took a pistol grip and put it on the front end.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Why?
What's wrong with that, though?
It just all looks wrong. And then you've got these things here, these giant cutouts that just look weird. But above all of this, it's important to remember. I want to. Okay, here we go. It's important to remember the first thing you all said. No, Shiver. It's important for you to remember the first thing you all said. That this is a yacht.
Yep.
And there's one thing that unifies all yachts, is that yachts are owned by uninteresting people. They are uninteresting. They are uninteresting things owned by uninteresting people.
I don't know. I'm not sure that's universally true.
Universally true. No one says, "Oh, that yacht is so interesting." No, it's decadent. It's superfluous. It is ridiculous. It's not. It's
actually, I know a yacht that you would love.
Why is that?
Oh God.
I'm gonna send you a picture. Keep talking.
I
just want you to know from now on, not that it's ever going to happen very often in my life, but whenever I see people on yachts, I'm just like, oh, they're boring and uninteresting people.
But they
surrounded
are.
by all these women in skimpy swimsuits and this
That's-
guy that's basically chopping up $1,000 bills and snorting it. Oh, what a bland and uninteresting person. His
But
life
that,
must be
but,
so
but Shiver, that's the point. That is bland and uninteresting. It's, oh, look at all this ostentatiousness because of wealth. You know what is uninteresting? Using your wealth to buy a yacht. You know what is interesting? Using your wealth to buy a private island and fill it with
Chickens.
tiger tornadoes.
I like tiger tornadoes. That's new.
There,
Oh God, that's next year's summer flopbuster, isn't it?
This yacht here, I'm gonna put a link in the chat. Is called the Black Pearl, and it's brand new.
it's
it
interesting.
sails,
It has
first of all.
sails.
And the sails have solar cells inside them.
That I'm okay with. It's got sails. I like it. If the 890 Jump had sails, it'd look much better.
Hey, let's make an 8. That would make no sense. I would love it. Let's do
No,
it.
it would actually, it would make a lot of sense if solar sails came out the sides of the 890 so it could just coast on the solar winds.
Yeah.
That,
I really want CIG to make a solar sail ship.
yes.
Look, we all know solar sails are not Origin's design language. Origin's design language would be side panels where you have your minions roam through space.
It is an uninteresting ship for uninteresting people.
So this
I
is
just
getting
like
an
it.
E?
No, it's getting a D.
Okay.
Oh,
What's the redeeming feature then? You said it had no redeeming features. If it has no redeeming features, it has to be an E.
No, it doesn't. It may have no redeeming features, but it also has nothing that I hate. And E, so far, is restricted for things that I hate.
For those
Just-
of you who are
just
just watching
as-
this episode,
Yeah, go ahead.
the only ships so far that have gotten E are the Carrack, the
Hate.
Super Hornet,
Hate.
the Super Hornet, and the Herald.
Hate.
All right,
890 is wonderful.
let's move on.
A gorgeous looking ship. The only thing that is a minor annoyance to me is that strange, seemingly random flap at the bottom front.
The chin? Yeah.
Yeah, the beard, I guess.
I think it has to do. I think it has to do with it also being able to actually go in water, which I believe it can. That is a feature you see on some large ships. So maybe that is why, but I'm not 100% sure.
Citizen
I
shenanigans.
like it because it oozes elegance, but the way that it's been shaped as a triangle like that, it also still has that slight edge of aggression to it. That just the design language of it would make you feel like she's got a bit of teeth to her as well.
I don't see teeth. I see a shoe or like... Oh, no, even better than a shoe. You know what it is? It's a pie scooper.
You know
Oh
what?
my god.
I'm most pleased that you didn't say the thing I thought you were going to say.
Which is what?
It's the mouth of a baleen whale.
Shit, you're right.
I actually thought that myself.
No, it's not. It's not cool enough to be a baleen whale. I like baleen whales. They're cool. This is...
All right, what's
This
our
is
next
like-
ship?
Yeah,
Do you know
all
what
right.
would make a baleen whale even cooler? If
Before
they
we
could
do
fly
that-
through fucking space.
Yeah.
Before we do that, Citizen Shenanigans says, what ship do you like? Eric, what are my A-rated ships?
Well, first we should go with the only ship that got a rating above A,
Yes.
which was the U rating of Endeavor. The other ships that got A ratings are the Avenger, the Eclipse, the Reclaimer, the Erris Starfighter, the Mercury Star Runner, and the Freelancer Max and the Hull B.
I mean, I feel like it's hard to argue with those decisions.
Mostly I'm gonna argue about the Carrack, but we already went through that repeatedly, so
I just feel like you're putting the Reclaimer on this pedestal and the 890, outside.
Excuse
for
me,
the night,
hang on.
and it's
Martin
like you've got
Meigs?
this-
You're asking
The
why the Ares? Look at this.
the Erris Starfighter is one of the nicest ships.
It is the best looking ship in Star Citizen, period.
Except for the Endeavor?
The Endeavor just needs the U in its damn name. No, I actually think the Starfighter is a better looking ship than the Endeavor.
I can't remember who it was. Hellfire with your Marxism showing. And it's true in this instance because you've got this grubby, dirty miner who's, he's doing exactly what his job is, which is rough, ready, dirty, built like a brick shit house, and, he does the job. And then you've got this wonderful, gorgeous Dieter von Teese-like model, and you're like, screw her.
Don't like Dita Von Teese.
What the fuck is your problem? What about Monica Bellucci then? Is that more acceptable?
No. Don't find her attractive.
You're a traitor to your Italian roots, sir.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's move
Moving on.
to another ship.
I'm not going to eat this pizza. It doesn't please me aesthetically, actually. I only eat original rectangular-like pizzas, the way a pizza should be made.
I mean,
All right.
Or is that too Italian for you as well?
well, no. See, rectangular pizza is the way you should eat a pizza. But you can do triangular pizzas. Thing is, the triangular slices have to be sliced wide enough and thin enough that you can fold them in half and eat them folded in half.
Yeah, fair enough.
Those are the two rules of pizza: either rectangular or thin and wide enough that you can fold in half. Done.
What's the name of this ship, David?
This ship is the G12. And it's not a ship. It's a very
It's
bad...
a land ship.
It's a very bad automated car prototype by Audi that is never going to actually see the light of day.
Poor old Griffin's just sat there going, oh my God, how can you say this? If this man is ever going to experience rage, it is this segment of this show.
You know, I want to take a second actually
That's
to
funny
mention.
because
I want to take a
it's
second.
funny because we're actually going to be. On
Damn it, Eric!
Go ahead.
I want to take a second to mention that up until right this moment, we were all three of us, I believe, actually, were scheduled to be on Soul Citizens on August 8th, I believe.
Yep.
Now it's just two of us.
I'm very much expecting I will get a cancellation notice from Griffin.
Voted off the island.
Griffin's going to railroad you on that show now. It's just going to be all like spotlights on Erris and this. Why do you hate this ship? What is wrong with you?
All right. What's wrong with the G12?
I don't know. It just doesn't really strike me as a nice looking car. It's too. I don't know. I want to say RoboCop, but that doesn't make sense. I'm trying to think of what. I don't like the front.
If it helps, I
being
actually
a
like
RoboCop,
this the least of any of the ground vehicles too. I don't know what they're doing here. It just doesn't. I don't know. What do you think, Shiver? It just doesn't play for me at all.
I think it is a cool looking vehicle. It's not one that I particularly want to own because I like guns. But it's cool for what it is, I think.
I really don't like.
It's got foldy uppy bits.
You know what I really don't like? I really don't like that this is tilted backwards. This right here. And then this is forwards. That means if you're driving this on a planet, this is the least aerodynamic land vehicle possible. It's like, oh, let's just hit a ton of air right along here and make it like it's not. I don't know. It's not very good, and hang on. I actually don't mind these rear wheels as like
I like them.
They've got a lot of suspension. But I
the
feel
woo.
like the front ones should have that because you're going to be running along in this front that's one got poor aerodynamics and two is going boop, 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 and the back is going to be fine, but your front is just going to be like all over the place.
You said about the aerodynamics for this don't matter because this vehicle is actually powered by your misguided hatred of the 890.
It may be powered by my hatred of the 890, but that doesn't mean it can flow through air without any resistance.
Absolutely, it can.
Oh, okay.
Because that's how much your opinion is wrong on the 890.
I don't know. It just doesn't look. No, you know what it is? I know what this car is. Have you ever heard of the Fiat Multipla?
No.
Google it right now. Fiat Multipla. 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 This is the Fiat Multipla.
It doesn't look like the Fiat. It need the Fiat would have to its stupid thing would have to come out way further.
It's a Fiat Multipla. It's
Also, because of your dislike of Monica Bellucci, you're no longer allowed to refer to anything from Italy.
out of the two of us, who's been to Italy?
Out of the two of us, who's more Italian because Monica Bellucci?
Who's more Italian because Italian passport and Italian citizenship?
I can beat you there, Shiver.
It looks like a Fiat Multipla. I will agree with you though.
Oh my god, Parker's. Oh, I will never unsee that now. Oh my god.
It would feel, yeah.
It would, yes.
I do like
it
gull
definitely
wing doors.
feels- I do. I like the gull wing doors. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? I think it's the front end because I don't mind the back end of this vehicle at all. I think the front end is just weird, and I would like to see it.
Does this car exist in game yet?
No, it's
Okay.
one of the only ground vehicles that does not.
Okay, so I've got a question here. my math may be 100% wrong on this. But let's look at it here. This to here, right? If this thing closes, like if this closes to here, then the cargo doesn't make sense. The cargo hold can't close.
Oh, I'm sure they'll just have to redo it in the game.
The cargo hold can't close on this. That's why the cargo hold is open in every single one of these shots. Why would you not want a cargo hold to close? It's horrible. I feel like I feel like Griffin is gone and he's never coming back.
Yeah, I know. You lost him.
I lost him.
All right, G12. What do you give it?
I give it a D.
All right, what's our next ship?
Though I like the one that's got some missiles on the back of it for some friggin' reason. I don't know why. It seems ridiculous.
Well just throw some missiles on there.
Bah, humbug.
I like the black one more than the others, but I think it just minimizes the weirdness of the front end. A D! Oh my god! All right. What's up next?
I'm doing a podcast with him every week, Griffin.
Okay. We've got, I think, a couple more Origin. The M50.
Ah, yes. The wonderful old M50 that needs a rework really badly.
It needs a rework, but look, there's what, like 2 dedicated racing ships in the verse? The M50 and Misk's horrible...
There's at least 4?
4? Okay.
Well, the other
350
racing ship,
350R is
oh yeah, that's part of the 300s.
Yeah, it's got twin engines on the back.
See, this one,
anyway.
This also looks like an F1 car, but does it without being hideous.
It looks a lot less like an F1 car than the Razor does.
It does, but it's also a lot less ugly than the Razor is. I mean, this to me just looks like a ship. It looks...
I really like this ship. It's a classic Star Citizen ship.
Yeah.
It's been around forever.
I don't love it. It's not my favorite ship in the verse, but I also don't hate it. It's a good-looking ship.
I like that it has another use too. Besides it's not a dedicated racing ship, it's also an interceptor. And it is a nightmare. At least I'm not sure. I haven't actually tried to fight against one recently, but I remember in the old Arena Commander days, it was a nightmare to fight. It's so small and so fast, and it has enough firepower. You just can't hit it, and you know, it was really hard to deal with. Which is great for an interceptor. I think it's cool. What do you think about the M50, Shiver?
I mostly like it. There are some angles where it seems a bit too bulky and bubbly. And, well, Erris isn't here. The wings, I want the wings, the very back, and I can't remember what the configuration is called, but like that. So it looks like Cyclonus from the Transformers movie. And then,
Nice.
then it would be really nice looking ship.
I do
I find it.
Go ahead.
I find it the least Origin ships of Origin ships, though.
That's because it was made before Origin had a design language. I do think the M50 will get a rework, and I do think it will bring it more in line with the style guide for Origin. That spoiler at the back is wrong for Origin, and it will be changed. I'm almost certain. And I think that everything.
Wings.
Oh, the swept wings, yeah.
It needs forward swept wings right at the very back. That's what I think.
Okay. And I do think that they're going to smooth out the lines a little bit more so that they're less sharp at the front. But overall, this is just. I really like the M50. I really love the exposed engines.
It's a C.
Okay. Next one up.
The X1.
The X1. The ground vehicle that everyone forgot existed.
One, this isn't
Also,
a ground
it's not
vehicle.
in the game yet. Why is it not in the game yet? Anyway, go ahead.
This isn't actually a Star Citizen vehicle. This is a Halo gun.
Or a Star Trek phaser
System
from the new Star Trek.
shenanigans is, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. No, it's a gun. It's not a ship. It's a gun. Two, I know that most people hated the game, but I really liked the video game Anthem. It had the most mech-like flight of any game. The rest of it was crap, but flying around in the suit actually felt really good. But there was one of the Anthem suits, I think the Interceptor. That I remember there being a lot of images of like, how does a person's body fit into this suit? Because the suit.
Oh, you can start by buying me a drink.
I think you can Google it, but like,
Yeah, I see it.
this to me is like, where does the person get in and fit in?
Oh,
and
the front I think like slides out and then it slides back.
I know, but and then why is this still open? Like, why doesn't this giant cockpit complete the thing and close? Griff, I'm sorry. I don't know. I'm not an Origin person, I guess.
You've given them decent ratings. You
They're-
were harder on other manufacturers.
I think they're one of the most all over the places. Like, they go from B to D.
Don't like how the feet
Drake went
stick out.
from B to E, so
True. Drake. Yeah, Drake.
It makes it look like this is meant to be powered the same way the Flintstones power their vehicle.
Yes. A little bit.
But you know, it would be a cool feature if that was how you got into it, and then that folded back in, so you were like the way the Vandal
Yes.
side
Yep.
works, and that was how you piloted it. But then you're going to end up looking like you're just basically flying a torpedo.
The other thing that there's another problem that I have with this is that it has to hover 24/7.
Yep. Well, there's other ships like that.
Other land ships?
Well, actually, oh no, I see what you mean because it has no way of landing at all.
Oh,
No, like when you
I-
get out of it, it has to be passively hovering at all time.
That does seem like a very Origin thing to do.
It does, but wouldn't that, like, just functional wise, wouldn't that be a tremendous drain on
Huge pain in the ass.
the engines?
Yes.
And I questioned this guy. He's like, yeah, I just leave my ship hovering above my coffee
house.
table in my house. Nothing.
Oh boy.
Anyway,
So I'm still a little confused. I mean, I know that they're gonna have to rework this one a little bit, but I'm really confused as to why the X1 and the G12 are not in the game yet.
probably because they have to be reworked.
Well, I mean, but they didn't know that at the time, and they made like all. I think all the rest of them are ground vehicles are in.
Yeah. We'll see when they get added, but I think they've probably got all the ground vehicles that they need for now, and they'd rather focus on other stuff. But I give
we gotta
this
pick these, so we'll just leave it.
I give this a C. Just looks too much like a gun.
The X1 gets a C. Is that the last Origin ship?
That is the last Origin ship.
We're on to
You
RSI.
can take Griffin off the life support now.
Yeah.
Robert Space Industries is next.
Due to unpopular demand, I didn't even get the logo this time, so that you can't all attack me for my 12 by 18 logos.
Even though the
And
real
that was the
logos
number
are
of pixels.
easily available.
Yeah. Apollo. It's a good ship.
This is a really nice ship.
It's a good looking ship.
And this has got a really strong Star Trek vibe. It's like legal or legally distinct Star Trek ship.
Yeah. I think a lot about this ship is right. Yeah, I think it's another one of those, like, how do I put into words what I like about this ship? It's kind of hard, but I think the design works. So later we're going to get into some RSI ships that have too much going on. Too many triangles all over the place and different languages going on. This one, it all feels somewhat the same. And yes, there is a lot of going on. This little bit is raised. I don't really know why it's raised off the next section down, but it looks cool doing it. I don't know why there's this like triangle-y thing here, but it looks okay doing it. The engines are cool. I like that the engines are like
Love the engines.
forward swept. Like the little wings on them are forward and then the engines go back. I think that's really cool. I like the cockpit. I like most about this ship. To me, this is a B.
Really nice cockpit. The view out of that thing is going to be great.
It actually isn't. You're going to have great forward view, but
Well, yeah.
your head's...
most ships you can't see backwards.
No, but it's not backwards. It's sideways, right? Because you're here looking out, but this comes to here, so you can only see like
Only
straight
180
ahead.
degrees.
Straight ahead only. Not even 180
What?
degrees because you're behind the line. Anyway, it's gonna be good, but
How do you know the seats don't move forward?
because it's all glass in front of them.
Yeah, I know. They did that on the Carrack.
I wouldn't know. The Carrack's a horrible ship. I should.
Okay, what's the Apollo?
It's a B. Sure. What do you think of the
All
Apollo?
right.
A B? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's got a vague spatula-like design to it.
Yep.
But it works. It works for it. It's a sexy ship, and the only reason I don't have one is because I'm not interested in the gameplay in verse.
I'm excited for them to change the Endeavor to fit an Apollo.
Yep. Although they probably won't specifically do that, but
Not specifically, but the Cutlass Red is a 0-tier medical ship because everything Drake is 0-tier.
yeah, this will be a more serious medical ship than
Yep.
than the Cutlass Red will be.
All right.
To answer Parker's
Oh.
question, how vertical docking ports are going to work for the injured, just open the docking port, push the guy out. If he's injured, he's not going to argue.
Well, it works fine in space because there's no up, down, left, right. Right? He'll float in. All right. Is everyone ready for, like, the original Star Citizen? I guess this isn't the original ship. I guess the Hornet's the original Star Citizen ship. But this is the most owned ship in Star Citizen.
Yeah.
And oh boy, is it ugly.
Yeah, she's an ugly duckling. I love the Aurora just because it's the Aurora, but
It's an ugly ship.
this is your old beater.
Literally,
that you fly around.
literally, okay. Elwook, yes, I love this ship just because of what it signifies for the verse and for Star Citizen. But it is an E. Everything about this ship is hideous. Absolutely every single part of this ship is 9 on 10 ugly. Literally. Let's start at the front. What the hell is this thing that's like skirting the cockpit all around it? Why? You're ugly. Go away.
This is so if you need to fix your cockpit, you have somewhere to walk.
These things, I think they're for landing, but why? Ugly. Don't like them. These giant struts right in the middle of your view. Why? Ugly. Hate it. The giant circular docking ports. The only circular docking ports on this size of ship, I think pretty much anywhere. Why? Hate them. Ugly. The multiple fins that go all the way back. Ugly. These giant things that go all the way back and then they actually loop around in the back. Why? Ugly. This? What even is this thing? Why? Literally every single part of this ship is hideous.
No, it gets one exception, David.
What's that?
The air intake that you just circled is actually nicely in line with the rest of the ship. It isn't overly like in your face, so you got to give it a pass.
No, I don't, because it's sitting 14 feet above the cockpit. 14 feet
like,
above the cockpit and the rest of the ship.
6 inches. Okay. Oh, it's hilarious.
Everlost?
The Aurora,
Everlost? No, Everlost?
The Aurora is interesting.
Everything about this show is me being hard on design. That's the entire purpose of it.
Sorry, everyone.
They don't have to watch me.
Oh boy. What's? I'm assuming you're done with the Aurora after eviscerating it.
It's an E.
Basically, he's just circled the whole ship and said,
Great, Jake's
"Burn."
here. Jake,
Excellent.
confirmed. A CIG employee has threatened my ships. I'm gonna ask for refund.
No, you
Good,
won't.
then we don't have to hear your shit opinions anymore.
The Aurora is the Aurora is a
Subtext.
damn ugly ship. I love it. I love the Aurora.
I know you slacked off the way that the doors open and it's the only ship on it at this size that does that. I actually really like that for some reason. I find that aesthetic really pleasing, the way the door just... I don't know why. I like that.
You
And
Deep Space
the-
Nine. That's why.
Yes. And the amount they have crammed into this tiny little ship is quite astounding. The cockpit,
Love the ship.
it's strangely compelling, that cockpit. It just feels so open. It's like the miniaturized carrot cockpit where you're shoved up and you're in the middle of space, just all that's surrounding you between this cold, vacuumous death is a thin layer of glass.
Love the ship. But it's not a pretty ship.
No, but
I'm
it's
sorry.
not. It's
I'll agree.
not fugly though.
It is.
I don't. It's
Yeah.
not fugly. It's strangely compelling. It has a charm that makes you just drawn to it.
I have zero pull to the Aurora. I don't actually the Aurora. I don't even own one.
David, what's
Yeah.
the next ship?
The next ship is another incredibly ugly ship.
Oh boy.
It's the Bengal.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
I don't like the Bengal.
The Bengal doesn't care if you like it or not. It'll just wreck you.
Oh, the Bengal doesn't care. I completely recognize that, and there are parts of the Bengal that I do like. But Magpie is right. It's a giant penis. I think it might be the most phallic
Really
ship.
feel sorry for Cat if that's what your penis looks like.
A lot of pokey bits.
It doesn't look like it. It's just that big.
Oh, okay.
1 point something kilometers.
Still feel really
flat
bad
at
for
the end.
cats.
I don't like this ship. Honestly, I think that the engines are grossly oversized and look bad.
Okay. Can you expand on bad?
It just looks like they don't belong on the ship. They look too big.
But they've got to have huge engines because these engines aren't just propelling what you see, it's also propelling the hundreds of other ships that are, inside of it as well.
I know that. I still don't like how I don't like how huge they are. They are half the size of the ship. And to me, they're too big. It's my only complaint about the Bengal, actually, is the engines and also these things. Whoop. Out the back sides. I don't like those. Or these. But it's not even these small engines. It's just these two side engines. These ones that I don't know, man. They're just they're too big. To me they don't fit with the rest of the ship.
You've got such a strong aircraft carrier vibe. With the bridge.
I don't know, Jake. There's all these other floopies, and look at these floopies. He can call using those floopies. There's plenty of other.
Maybe they're not big. Maybe they're not big enough floopies to call.
Proposal: half the size of each of those engines.
Yep.
Stick another two, same size, further along the neck.
Yep.
That can also
Pivot. Yep.
turn
Down.
things. I mean, I expect them to turn extremely slowly, but dramatically.
Yep. I would be 100% down for that. I think that would help. It's the only problem I have with the Bengal, which is surprising because I hate the Idris with a passion. I'm actually a lot more okay with the Bengal. My only problem with the Bengal is those giant ships or giant engines. Everything else about the Bengal looks good. I accept that it's
get like a B, right?
Except it's a little bit too phallic.
Yeah, the Freelancer. Oh yeah, we're all up for that.
The Freelancer is less phallic.
Very.
The Freelancer is
Freelancer
less phallic.
literally has a bell end.
So does the Bengal.
They're both less phallic than the New Shepard.
Yes. The New Shepard is just, honestly, it's embarrassing. The New Shepard is embarrassing.
Did you hear that one of the adult toy company is coming out with a series of rocket toys now?
I'm not surprised.
Because of the New Shepard.
Not surprised.
I'm not surprised at all either.
That thing is literally a rocker-powered dildo. I give the Bengal a B.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. Okay. For a ship you said was ugly, it gets one of the highest ratings. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Go ahead. Next up.
It is ugly. There's a lot about it that I think is a little bit too much, but it's still... I feel like its chaos is more ordered than something like an Idris. I feel like the Idris is just chaos everywhere. The Bengal is a little more functional and a little more ordered in its chaos. It's just the giant engines that I don't like.
You also gotta love the gigantic hangar deck that goes all the way through the ship.
Yes, I do. And cool. And that is like it sort of makes up for it. Okay, we're on to the second batch.
That in itself is a callback to Wing Commander with the Tiger's Claw.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right.
What do we have up next?
Up next, oh man, here we go. No, Jake, have not rated the Percy yet. We're on to the constellations. There's a couple constellations, and all of them are hideous.
Nope.
I'm going to spoil this for everyone right now. I'm still going to go through them and double check, but I'm pretty sure every single constellation for me is an E. They are, in my opinion, among the ugliest ships in Star Citizen.
Why?
Well,
explain yourself, sir.
As a person who, for years, has had really bad acne, this Connie Andromeda looks like it's got really bad acne. It's just got shit all over it. It's just stuff everywhere.
Spaceship, it needs stuff.
No, because literally every single other ship, basically every single other ship in Star Citizen does not have this. It's the constellation is like, yeah, we're just everything is it's worse than a Drake ship for putting its shit all over itself. It's just got
part of it is
compartments
a lot of stuff.
And
a lot of stuff.
Hatches.
A lot of stuff. Oh my god. A lot of things deploy on the constellation. So there's a reason for a lot of it. Like pretty much all of it, in fact.
There may be a reason, but it looks hideous. The cockpit honestly doesn't look like it belongs as part of this ship. Everything else about this ship is one design language, and then the cockpit is completely different. 100% different than the rest of the ship.
I do think that the Aquila's cockpit looks better on the Constellation than the standard Andromeda one.
I don't know. There's just stuff everywhere, and I don't
well,
like
actually,
it.
Should call it it's actually more of a bridge than a cockpit, but yeah.
I adore this ship. This ship
very nice.
Is
very, very nice.
That back end looks ferocious. That looks like a ship. The aesthetics of, I don't like these foldy flappy bits, or I don't like the labia on this and all this sort of crap. I think it looks amazing. It makes it look like a NASA space station. It looks realistic.
Do you see? Do you see the man in the center? Do you see the man in the center? Do you see this man? This bug. Do you see the bug in the center of the ship?
Vaguely.
Vaguely, yes. It's literally eyes, nose, and a mouth.
It's looking right at us. Yeah? Well, it's monitoring our every move. The Constellation
so you don't
has
like
eyes.
What you're saying is you don't like the Merlin when it's attached.
It looks funny. I don't know. I don't like the Connie. I think I don't like these side bits here at the front. I really, really dislike the cockpit.
You don't like the VTOL fans? Come on.
No,
man.
I don't. They're ugly. They look really bad on this ship. These guys are too far up. These guys are too far down. I don't know. They're just, it's everywhere.
Okay,
It's all over the place.
all right, I'm going to challenge you then. How would you fix this ship?
Smooth it out.
Well,
Look
yeah,
at
but
it
there's a
out.
bunch of other things.
No,
that you
no,
said were
no,
bad.
no. But you know how I
I
would
missed what you
fix?
said. You what it out?
Smooth it out.
Smooth it out. Okay.
Like,
Ooh.
no, but hang on. Be like almost every single other ship in the game. These guys here, these 4 hatches, hide them. This thing here, hide it. This stuff here, hide it. Hide the superfluous shit all over it. You hide some of this and it looks like a better ship. No other ship in the entire game has this much stuff all over its body, and that is including the 100% industrial ships like the Reclaimer or the Orion. There's just stuff everywhere on this ship, and also the cockpit is bad. The cockpit doesn't look like it belongs as part of this ship.
I'm not sure why.
Yeah, I'm not going to address the cockpit, but I know all those bits that you dislike. They do have a function. Yes, they could be done in such a way. They could be seemingly more aesthetically pleasing to your tastes. But I like those there. They look like armor plating. You see that ship, and you're like, that ship's got a lot of shit going on there. I don't know what's going to happen. But if you're outside of this ship and you see these things suddenly open up, you're going to be like, what's he doing? What's he doing? What's he doing? Shit.
Oh, that's an interesting thought too. Yeah.
No, Martin
This is something
Miggs,
that's kind of
hang
cropped
on.
up in my.
Okay, go ahead, sorry. Go ahead, Eric.
This is something that's kind of cropped up in my thoughts as well. It's an interesting way that they've done it, but I do think, at least to some degree, there is some lore behind a lot of these things too, because as Jake just mentioned, it is one of the oldest ships in the like in lore. Because a lot, and I mean, even still, a lot of ships in the game are like hundreds of years old in terms of their like origination, but the constellation is very old, and I think that I think there's some of that like going on where they're actually showing it a little bit. I think that's kind of interesting. The Bengal's another one, super old ship.
I am not asking them to do away with the fact that stuff still works in it. I am asking, why are these all raised so much? Almost every other ship in the game gets away with those hatches being part of like the same level as the rest of it. Why are they so distinct? Like it's like, I don't know, it's too much of a, I think it looks as messy as the ISS or messier. It just
Does, and I like that. It looks like a spacecraft.
No, you know what? That is absolutely wrong, because think of the RSI Zeus. That was not a messy ship.
Yeah.
And that is the
But that was
oldest.
also a
That's the,
shuttlecraft, and you're
no, it was the oldest.
talking
It was
about
the oldest
space-
quantum ship.
yeah, and it was based on the NASA shuttlecraft, which was wonderful, smooth, and it had to be smooth for what it was doing.
Yeah,
but the ISS can have bits sticking out of it, panels exposed, and it looks like it's one of those moments of, yeah, we got a space shuttle, we got a space station in space. It looks like utter crap, but we did it, and everything's functional. We didn't want to think about aesthetics of it because we did it. It looks like it does a job, and the RSI constellation looks like it does a job, and I find it particularly aesthetically pleasing.
This bridge
there's
is
nothing
better.
wrong with any of those ships. Inside, outside, it's gorge.
Disagree
It's
entirely.
not
This bridge is better. The circular bridge is a lot better than the previous one. But still, there's just stuff everywhere.
Constellation Andromeda. Score.
Andromeda. So I gotta figure out which one is which here.
The Andromeda is the one that
That's
you were
Phoenix.
showing.
The Andromeda
The
E.
first one.
E.
Okay.
That's the Aquila. Aquila's got the round.
It's got the
Cockpit
Aquila's
you
got the
like.
rounded bridge. Yeah.
D.
Andromeda's the base, standard, middle of the ground model. The
This
Phoenix
one here.
is
The
particularly
Phoenix?
sexy one.
Oh, the Phoenix is an E again. Oh my god. It's a
about the Taurus?
zebra. It is the ugliest horse. It's a zebra.
Is the Taurus in there?
Sir, I respect your right to have opinions, but I disagree thoroughly with them.
It's hideous. It's
That's
absolutely hideous.
What about the Taurus?
Is this the Taurus?
It's this squat one. It's got
Yeah,
a
it's
noticeably
gotta be this one.
shorter hull.
It's another E.
Is that the Taurus?
Yeah, have we got the new Taurus?
Don't think we have the new
This
one.
is all I've
No.
got.
Okay. Well, I'll just give it an E. Anything else you'd like to say? Parting words for the Constellation before we move on?
I understand that everyone has a lot of love for it, but you know what? It's like babies. Everyone loves their baby because it's theirs. Doesn't mean they're not fugly, and the Connie is fugly.
I love that. There's a clip for you guys.
All right,
All right, what's up next?
Mantis.
Ooh.
Oh God, I forgot about this.
What the hell is the Mantis?
It's
Um,
interesting.
But what is
They're
it?
going out on a limb here.
Ship.
Interdictor. All right. I genuinely.
Oh, you don't know what the ship is for?
Oh, maybe I remember
It's
it.
a ship that has the big opening at the back with a huge quantum disruptor in there.
Okay,
And
yes.
It like turns itself into a giant EMP and rips ships out of quantum drive.
Now I remember. I remember it from this angle. I don't think I've ever seen it like front on like this. This to me is a much, much better RSI ship.
Also, another one that kind of has a Star Trek vibe to it. There's a few Star Trek ships that look kind of like this.
The new RSI is much better. This to me is. I mean, it's a C. It's a decent ship. I still think, and I think it's probably taken a lot of that from the Connie. I think these side things are a bit too big there, but I like the engines. I kind of like this cool thing at the center, the quantum interdictor thingy.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a C. It's cool.
It looks like a Cybertruck.
A little bit.
I don't see it, but
Very
that's
angular.
fine. What is?
All right, you don't like the carrot. Your opinion's invalid.
Wait. Okay, now we're on to. Right, we're on to the Orion.
Oh my god. One of my favorite ships in the game.
God, that's a cool ship.
Yup. Oh yeah.
Look. The Orion is a really cool looking ship. It's ugly. It is not.
It's got the industrial ugly though.
It does. But
Yeah,
industrial
I
ugly
like
is rated on a completely separate scale. And
Yes.
the Orion has industrial ugly, but it looks good doing it. I love that the containers spin at the backs. I like this ship. I can't wait to see it in game.
I don't know what it is. I'm actually really impressed by this, but CIG manages to make a few of their industrial ships look just fucking terrifying. This is one of them.
It does. This is a scary looking ship. And the industrial ships, like the Reclaimer, looks scarier than any other ship in the game.
Mm-hmm.
The Reclaimer is the scariest looking ship. I would rather wake up and look up and see a Bengal above me than wake up and look and see a Reclaimer.
It's got the look and feel like open, heavy machinery that if you put your hand in it, it's going to tear it off at the socket.
Yeah.
And this has got the whole feel of, if I put my ship near that, it's going to grind me up.
It looks like
Yeah,
a
also-
mace. It looks you could grab it by the front and just beat people's head-ins with the back. You know?
Yep.
Love the Orion. Also, it's got a little bit of asymmetrical going on with the cockpits off to the side.
The bridge is off to the side. Yep.
Great looking ship. It's a B. And unfortunately, and I have one actually, but I'm probably going to get rid of it.
That's unfortunate. I would at least keep it until it's in the game, so you can fly it.
I really want me a Starfighter.
That's fair.
I really want a Starfighter.
The Starfighter is very nice.
Yeah. But no, the Orion is an excellent looking ship. It looks like exactly what it's there to do, which is eat the shit out of asteroids.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
The Pegasus.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Gorgeous, elegant, beautiful. Move on.
This ship we have not seen in ages, which is why the images look like they do.
Yeah, that is a very, very old concept. There's so much interesting on this ship. In like
Yep.
what's this whole thing on this side versus this on this side, and then this side has this thing attached to it and nothing on like it's got so much asymmetrical going on. And talking about Star Trek ships, like the engines on this up and to the side, and like they look exactly like Enterprise nacelles or whatever.
Yep.
It's an interesting looking ship.
I want to see that. Hey, CIG, can you like actually make this ship so we can see it? Because
Shiver,
yeah,
I want to
it's
know
been
what you
like-
think as well. I'll be right back.
it's been like 7 years.
I'll give my thoughts after I finish this cheeseburger. It's just this
That's-
cheeseburger is amazing right now.
Entirely fair. I really like the ship. I like the 4 nacelles. Very Star Trek-ish. I'll lean a little harder into the Star Trek-ness because I just like that. There's a lot of Star Wars-ish stuff. We need more Star Trek-ish stuff. It's cool. This is, by the way, anybody who's like, what the hell is this thing? This is the Pegasus class escort carrier. It is supposed to be the UEE's premier small carrier, capable of carrying 30 strike craft. Sorry, actually more than 30 because it's apparently carry up to 16 Hornets and 16 Gladiators. This is such a neat looking ship. This one's stuck in my mind forever, even though we've only ever seen it once, and I'm really excited to see it in the game.
I like a lot. I like a lot about this ship. My only thing is it's a little long, almost like it's a stiletto. Like it looks like it.
Very long. Yeah.
It exists to like I don't know.
Keep in mind, this is not a small. I mean, it's a small carrier for the UEE. It's 900 meters long. It's huge, by most standards. Also, interestingly, this one was another one that was designed by Ryan Church.
Elwook, I'm with you. I don't. I keep looking at it, and I like almost every single part of this ship. So much of it's really, really cool, except this front section. I don't like.
Doesn't the front section of this one open up as well, like the Idris does?
I don't know.
Not sure. Hey Jake, does the front section of this one open up? You're the master.
I don't like how pointy it gets.
I don't know, man. I like that response. All right.
Cool looking ship, though.
We don't have a lot of
It's
pictures of
gorgeous.
this, so what do you think for the Pegasus? What grade did she get?
I think it's a C.
Okay.
All right.
It's got elements of Star Trek, Star Wars, and even a little hint of Battlestar Galactica in it.
I can see that.
Okay. We're
next?
on to a ship that Jake has been screaming about this whole time. It's the Perseus.
The RSI Perseus. Oh my god, this ship is gorgeous.
Oh, and what's wrong with this beautiful ship?
Oh.
A lot.
What? It's so pretty.
What is that? Like, the only thing I can see you picking out are the 4 aerials and the flappy bits on the wings,
All right. All right.
and that tip.
I
that
love
really
that
tips
huge cannon at the front. Just like...
I've got to find a good shot of it. So I don't like these. To start, superfluous wingy bits. Don't like them.
Knew it. Knew he'd call it. Knew he
Yeah.
knew it. I knew it.
I love the gun. Love the gun. Don't love how, again, pointy the front is. Sort of like the Pegasus. Not a fan of the pointy front.
Was this the one where it was a lot of people were theorizing that the reason it was shaped like that was so it could slice
Ram?
through other ships?
Yes.
people were
then
theorizing it. I don't
CIGs.
think it's been confirmed yet.
I mean, Jake just says it is there, but
No.
I
There you
don't
go.
I don't like it from the back. It's like here's one level, here's another level, here's another level, here's another level, and then we've got this. There's just so.
Maybe it's because it has multiple levels.
I know, but it doesn't look pleasing from the back. It just doesn't look pleasing.
I thought that looked quite nice and tucked in. I didn't think you'd call out anything on the back.
I like the engines actually. The engines
engines
are
are
nice and, like you say, they're nice and tucked in to the body of the ship. I like that. I kind of like the bridge. It's nice and up. It's almost got like here. There's this bit here that almost calls back to the Idris. But I don't hate it in this. What I don't like is here. So if you this part, this half of the ship looks like, if you follow that line there, and you've got 2 different looking ships on either side of that line, it looks like it's a different ship. The right side is this sharp, sleek destroyer kind of thing that just cuts through everything with giant guns and then the back end looks, I mean, it looks wide.
Where all the stuff is.
But it doesn't, the design language doesn't follow all the way through. Jake, I would love to see an animated version of this image. That would be really cool. But do you see the 2 different ships?
I see what you're saying, but I mean,
It's
I don't know.
2
I don't
different
think
ships.
it's that big a deal.
I feel like this should have continued. Like, I don't know.
I think you can cut a lot of ships in half in the front and look a bit different from the back.
Not this different. They're just, I don't know.
I mean,
They're very
front-
different.
the front is the gubbins place. It's got to hold all the really important things. I mean, the stuff that's most critical, that needs the biggest amount of protection, is going to be in that front bit. So you need that as armored as possible. Whereas the back bit, not quite so much.
A couple things about this one that I want to call out. This is a particularly terrifying looking ship, given that it's not very big. It's 100 meters long. Also, something I want to call out for anybody who is trying to get a really good idea of exactly how big the guns on the Erris are. Those guns on that turret are the same size as the gun on the Erris.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a reason I really want the Erris.
Oh boy.
Anyway, it's really just that the front
Also-
and the back look completely different to me.
That's a man turret. The front.
Yeah.
That's gonna be fun.
To me, this is... This one's hard. It sits between a B and a C. It's a low B for me.
I'm gonna call it a B because I'm feeling generous.
Does it have room for a gladiator in it? Or is that the next ship? I can't tell.
That's a Gladius, isn't it?
Gladius, yeah, sorry. No, I think that's the next one.
I don't think
no.
this has any carrier capability.
Yeah, it's a mini.
No, that's
Polaris.
the next one.
Oh, and a gladiator would fit as well.
Oh.
But yeah. That's
Yeah,
right,
Jake's thinking Polaris. The next image is the Polaris.
Yeah.
Any thoughts on
Yeah,
Perseus turret placement?
I think it's good. The front turret?
So the front turret I find interesting because I don't even think it should be a turret. I think that
Okay.
a turret that size is probably gonna be pretty slow, and you're probably gonna want those guns facing forward anyway, since the goal of the ship is to slice through things. I feel like those two guns should be like in the hull underneath, and then there should be some more
So more
defensive
like-
turrets up top.
So more like the guns on the front of the merchantman.
Yes.
I mean, it is a purely offensive ship.
Yeah.
It is meant to be on that front line, go in, guns blazing. So it's meant to have the choice of its attack angle, and yeah, defense is the last thing you want to think about, because the aim is whatever it is you're shooting at is not going to physically be able to shoot back at you once you've finished.
Honestly, my biggest complaint about those guns is simply that if you actually do slice through a ship and you didn't do a very good job of blowing a hole in it first, you're gonna rip that gun right off the ship.
Yeah, that's why I think the guns should be like hidden
More integrated in the
inside
hull?
the carriage underneath.
can
And
see
there
that.
should that's it. It's a good looking ship though.
Or you could do the thing that I did in Star Trek TTRPG and just embed your ship into the other ship and then fire the torpedoes.
That would work.
Yeah, less than point blank range.
All right, Polaris.
Ah, the Polaris. This is a good starting image of the huge hangar she has.
It's got a big hangar. There's a good image of it. I don't like this ship.
Shiver just gave up. Oh boy.
I don't like it. Shiver, earlier you were like the 600i is just a hunk of metal. It's a horribly ugly hunk of metal. And you're telling me that this isn't one similar to the 600i and two even more of a hunk of metal? And look,
No, this has got angles. This has got definition. It's got floppy bits. It's got a hanger built into it.
I'm counting 4 sets of superfluous wings. So that's 8 superfluous wings. This front bit looks like it is a different ship again.
I knew you were going to call that out. Waiting for it.
The cockpit honestly doesn't look like it belongs. It looks like it should be integrate. Here, let me erase this and start again. The cockpit looks like it should be this. It should just go like that, be rounder, and be the whole thing as a cockpit, not this like tiny thing at the front. I don't know. It's an ugly ship.
You're
pointed piece of aggression.
yeah, exactly. You're not wrong, Jake. That's a lot of turrets on that baby. She packs a punch.
The only problem with this ship is that I wasn't fast enough and I got number 11.
Oh no.
All right, David, what's the Polaris?
It's a C.
It has a coffee maker.
I don't know. It's a C. I don't really like it. It looks... I don't know. I don't even know what it looks like. I can't describe it. I just don't like it. It's blocky on the back end and triangular in the middle and this weird bird head in the center with a beak and some frills on the side. It just looks like it's...
Maybe it's got a little...
Wonderful
Maybe it's got a little Tavarn in it.
All right.
What's up next?
The Scorpion. Scorpius. Scorpion. It's the Scorpius.
This is a legitimately gorgeous ship.
This is legitimately gorgeous ship. One, it looks like a really cool Aurora when it's folded up.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah,
like a
and actually
good-looking
cool-
Aurora.
This is what the Aurora should have looked like.
You're not wrong.
Anyway,
Really like how it looks
the
folded
folded
up.
up version, not the X-wing version.
Yeah, really like how it looks X-wing version. What's up, Shiver?
It is that stark contrast, as Jake was pointing out, between older RSI ships and the more recent ones.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. This is just a really nice looking fighter.
It looks like... It reminds me, for some reason, of an R-Wing from Star Fox. Don't know why. Just gives me a little bit of R-Wing vibe.
I could see that. There were a lot of reference, like it has obvious call-outs to several other sci-fi ships, all in this one ship.
Yeah. It looks like an X-Wing. It looks a bit
it looks like an X-wing.
Yeah. But it also looks like one of the ships from Star Trek. Doesn't it?
Babylon 5, you know.
Okay.
Star Trek?
Fuck. I can't remember what it is.
There was another. I'm trying to remember what it was. There was another ship that was called out, and I'm trying to remember now. Does anyone else remember? People were calling it a combination between the X-wing and the Star Fury. Yes, thank you. Star Fury is the one I was thinking of.
It doesn't look at all like a Star Fury.
It kind of does.
0%.
It kind of does. There's little bits and bits, little bits.
I don't see it, but
All
right.
The
Don't. It totally does.
Regardless, this is a really nice looking fighter ship. It also looks fucking terrifying, frankly. It has 8 forward-facing guns, and the 4 of them that are all in that turret can, just fire backwards when you feel.
Really cool. I did actually pick one up. I'm probably going to. I don't know what I'm going to swap for a Starfighter or the Erris yet. It might be this. We'll see. But it is a great looking ship. I'm sorry, I don't see Star Fury at all. I see X-Wing a little bit. The Star Fury to me looks too blocky and all the engines are on the wings, which is not the case for this. And the entire center block is the ship, and then the wings come out of the tops and the bottoms, and that is not the case with this. To me, I do not see the similarity. I apologize.
There is a vague Gunstar feel to it.
Gunstar.
Apparently, I'm the only person with a bit of culture in my childhood.
Again, don't see it. I'm sorry. But I see
Are your glasses working?
I see our wing and no one else does. So everyone sees something different.
That says it all, doesn't it?
This is just a great ship. I may end up swapping my Vanguard for this ship, I know everyone's gonna be like, those are completely different ships. I own the Vanguard because I wanted to have a combat ship, so that's basically as deep as it goes. I might swap to this ship because it's just an awesome heavy fighter.
I picked up a Scorpius because I wanted a combat ship, because this is the only combat ship I really had. So, I have a.
They are both heavy fighters, Jake, but they have different purposes and a lot of different details in them.
I have a Saber Raven, but it's useless, so. Sorry. So we're now on to the Ursa, which is the last RSI.
Oh, what did you give the Scorpius?
Ship? Oh, God, that's hard.
What did he give the Polaris? I can't remember.
You gave it a C.
Okay, not as bad.
That's because you tried to block out the fact that he gave it a C.
Jake, I know I liked it enough to buy one. I'm not sure if it's an A or a B. I think it's an A.
Thought so. I already wrote it down. I was pretty sure you were going to give it an A.
It's close. It's at the bottom end of A or the top end of B. But yeah, I think it's an A. I think it's an excellent looking ship.
Also, I mean, you can't see it here, but all the animations do it a lot of favors. This thing is incredible in motion. Like, it animates heavily.
This is like one of the newest ships that CIG have shown off.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
So this is the latest version, or the latest proof of whatever ship is your favorite ship, you want it to be the last ship that they make.
Yep. Which is why you're golden, because the Endeavor is probably going to be the last ship they make.
The Endeavor is going to be...
No, the Scorpius is not flyable.
No. Q1 22.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah, I heard it's going to be in 3.17.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard the same thing.
3.17.
Where'd you hear that?
I
Very
saw that on
reliable
the
source.
Yeah.
I saw that on the roadmap.
Wait, you know what? What is the roadmap?
The living roadmap in the chat.
What is the roadmap, Eric?
I have to do a commercial for the roadmap.
Yeah, quick.
The Star
Roadmap
Citizen
commercial.
roadmap is the roadmap, the map of the road towards the final Star Citizen game. And it has two views, which is the release view, which has all of the stuff that they are planning to release in the next 4 quarters, and the progress tracker, which allows you to see everything that CIG is doing, including the CCTV cameras inside their offices.
It's true. Yeah, that's an A ship. That is such a good looking ship.
Right. And
That looks
also,
like an X.
also very excited. That patch is also the same patch that's going to have the hull A, which is honestly, once the hulls get into the game, the cargo thing can really start rolling
I
because
feel
they're
like
going to be the main cargo.
I feel like that's going to be a fun patch.
Yeah. The Ursa, the grand old Ursa.
Whole seas before that.
Where'd you hear that? Reliable source?
Very reliable source.
The hull C is 1 quarter before that. I just like the smaller ones better.
Yeah. I like the Ursa. The Ursa to me looks like a rover should look like.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, I'm going to ask you, Jake, where the hell is the Lynx? There's another rover. It's been years. You kick somebody at CIG for us. What the hell is that thing?
Jake, don't pretend.
We don't even have a picture of it.
Jake, you stuck around me for 6 years. Don't pretend that it was all bad.
Just mostly.
Just mostly bad.
The other
Okay.
times it was terrible.
I think the Ursa rover is just awesome. It's big enough you can walk in it. It's really cool. It's the exploration vehicle for ground, as far as I'm concerned.
Look, this is supposed to be a show about Star Citizen ships, not make fun of David.
That's every show.
Unlike the ships of Star Citizen, I have feelings.
Well, I don't find you aesthetically pleasing. What's the point of these big, sticky out things either side of your head? Superfluous.
These, oh, don't worry, I can take them off.
Oh, good, we can slag him off now, quick. Unfettered access. I agree, Eric. That was a very terrible thing he did. We will never forget.
Oh man,
The Ursa's a B. It's a good rover.
it is.
No, Magpie, this is the show where everyone... Yeah, it is the show where everyone makes fun of me.
To be clear, I want to make
life.
this clear. The only reason I remembered the links existed is because I made all of I didn't, not all of them. I went through and dug up images for the show, so I meant going through all the ships. And I was like, oh, right, the Lynx. Wait a second. The Lynx should have been out years ago. Where is it?
The
Yeah.
only thing you could even slightly nitpick. Tires are a little thin.
Tires are thin? Wait, take a look.
Tires are a little thin.
I'm good with it.
Yeah.
It's space grade rubber.
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
I mean, yeah. But that is literally nitpicking on an Erris level, you know?
No,
Doesn't
you
take
know
away
what?
from the
Okay,
design, everything.
Shiver, I will show you Erris level of nitpicking. All right, are you ready for this?
Why did you have to do that?
Why do the wheels all have hats?
So
Those
that
are superfluous hats.
They're not
Superfluous wings are bad enough, but these are superfluous hats. Also, why are there these
They're-
little grommets? Those are
Can I explain
superfluous
what
grommets.
Can I explain what the hats are for?
No!
Yeah, explain the hats, I'll explain the grommets.
when you're driving on a moon that only has 1/10 gravity, you don't want to put little bits of the moon into orbit. So they have little hats on them to block the little things from flying up.
Not big enough.
Oh, you want bigger hats?
Well,
Okay.
the hats are not big enough to block anything.
They're perfectly placed to block the big stuff.
Grommets are there, so you can have equipment tied to the roof
Yes.
and not have it go flying off into
I think
orbit
it's also
whenever you
so
go
that-
over something.
I think it's also so that they can drop it from like a vehicle carrier.
Those
In fact,
hats,
I'm almost
those hats
100%.
protect nothing. Those hats are akin to someone putting their cap on backwards and then using their hand to shade their eyes from the sun.
I love it. Okay, let's move on to our next. Actually, is that the last RSI?
That is the last RSI.
Hey, we did it! We did it! We got through.
That's the last RSI ship, which means, I mean, we're not
What's
done.
the next manufacturer? No, we're not done. There's a fifth part of Bullship.
There's going to be
coming.
one. There's going to be one more Bullship. The next
We
one.
We haven't done any alien ships yet.
No. The next one. The Ursa was a B.
What was okay?
What is the next? What is the next manufacturer? I'm just curious.
Tumbrel.
Tumbrel, right? Okay, cool.
So next, we've got the things we have left are the Tumbrel, alien ships, Grey Cat, and the Retribution. Which, can we even rate that one? We've got like two
We have a
really
couple
bad
images.
ship images.
Well, we have. I mean, we rated the Pegasus.
True.
Almost nothing on it.
Retribution we have listed as UEE.
Yeah, because it doesn't
Yeah, I
have
think it
a
was
single.
conglomerate, wasn't it?
No, it's not a. It's not made by RSI. It's a conglomerate. It's made by multiple manufacturers. Say actually, the
But then
Bengal
it's Bengal.
is the Bengal's made by multiple too, but usually it's under RSI.
And that's it for tonight. We're gonna
Yeah.
we don't have a Nakara next week.
Yeah, I have to go and throw myself bodily into the bushes.
So we're probably gonna take a couple weeks off of Bullship until there's not much news and we've got all three of us back again. We'll see what happens for next week. Keep an eye on the Discord and the Twitter, and we'll announce what's going on. Shiver, what have you got
Also-
going on? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Nakara.
I was just gonna say, since we have at least I'm gonna try and do this. We're working on a brand new website, so it's not gonna be super fancy or anything. We just wanted to get something more up to date with what we're doing. I'm gonna try to put these ratings up on there alongside some links to the episodes. Like these ones are for this episode, these ones are for this episode. But yeah, I should be able to see that in a few days.
Yep. Shiver, what you got going on?
Thursday, Vampire the Masquerade, London by Gaslight, ongoing Victorian Age VTM Chronicle. Good fun, good shit. We have a special guest from the VTM community joining us for this one.
Nice. And
Very cool.
Tuesday, same time, same channel. I got a lot to talk about this week. Actually, I'm
I have
really
to
excited.
tell you all about I also have to tell you all about my latest adventures in Valhalla, because that's going to be like the next several shows.
Yeah.
Anyways, sorry, David. Go ahead.
Jake, are you in on Tuesday? Shiver, are you going to join us again?
Don't know until the day because we've got someone important from VTM community joining us, so that means I need to put in more effort than normal for
That's
this
fair.
week's episode.
That's fair.
And Jake is joining.
Jake is in. I'm gonna talk a fair bit about New World and the PS5. So join us on Tuesday for the Unnamed Game Show, where we talk about video games that are not Star Citizen.
It's got these pointless flaps at the very top of it. I think it would be better if they were joined into the main body.
Oh, it's hideous. It looks like an Origin ship.
Yeah. The PS5 is aesthetically strange. It's funny because the Microsoft made a refrigerator. I mean Xbox, and it looks better than the PS5.
Look,
does.
I need to, due to the way my space works, and that I have to have it hidden because I've got a 2-year-old.
Is there not much space in your massive house?
There's plenty of space, but there's a 2-year-old. It has to be on its side.
About you or Link?
Both. It has to be on its side in the TV cabinet, but it doesn't feel sturdy on its side. Like you touch it and it sort of like shakes. It's ridiculous. Anyway, we'll talk about that Tuesday. Join us Tuesday. Mud Trucka. Yep.
Yes.
Absolutely, people do still use consoles because for a lot of things, consoles are better. I'm about to. We're gonna end this, and I'm gonna go up into my bed, and I'm going to play Switch. I'm gonna play Skyward Sword on the Switch because guess what? The Switch is a hell of a lot better for portable gaming than my computer that's attached to the wall.
If only there was some company that was bringing out a specific handheld device that you could use to stream your game.
It's not out yet, though.
It's not out.
I mean, you can also do that with just a regular tablet, but
Tablet.
that's fair. But don't say it's objectively better than some things. Consoles are a wonderful thing. It's just if that's what you want to use, that's what you want to use. If you want to stick with a PC, stick with a PC.
PCs are great. No, it's not that it's objective. It's objectively better. It's the Switch is more portable and has Nintendo specific games that don't exist on PC. The PS5 has PS5 specific games that don't exist on PC. There's place for everything. If you like video games, it shouldn't matter what console they're on. Oh, Jesus.
Oh my God, save it for Tuesday.
I was just gonna say we literally litigated this the last two unnamed game shows, and we're gonna do it again on Tuesday.
Hey, look, everyone, it's a Jake. Jake's here to ruin.
Shut it down.
Jake, you can't make me shut anything down. You're on our podcast now.
Shut it down. Turn it off.
Oh man.
It's been great, everyone. We'll see you all
Bye, everyone.
next time.
Tuesday.
Goodbye.
Jeez.